We back.
We live.
Welcome.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about workout advice from professional trainers. Frequently asked questions. So who wants to start?
Most frequently asked. So
Most frequently.
questions that we get asked all the time, every day. Majority of people don't know these answers, and there's a lot of them.
All right. Let's have some fun with it.
As stupid as
Boys.
well, we should probably have a quote. The best way to get in shape is to never get out of shape.
Never get out of shape, guys. All right, quote from Justin. Best way to get in shape is to never get out of shape.
Yeah.
Great tip.
If you
Like
stay
that.
in shape, you never have to try to get in shape.
You're never having to, reset, go back to square one on that Monopoly board, because that's harder than it is to just stay, maintaining your weight. A lot harder.
There's no chase. There's no reset. There's no regrouping and starting over. It's just maintaining or getting better.
Yeah.
So I think it works well.
I think I've really only in the past, probably 15 years, probably been maybe 10 to 11 pounds heavier than I am now. That's been the heaviest I've been. So I would say in 15 years, that's pretty fucking good to be able to maintain that. So
yeah, I'm 32. I've been working out since 16, and I've really not fallen out of shape since. And all the advice I've heard from the old guys at the gym are just don't ever stop. If you don't stop, then you never have to catch up.
yeah.
So it
Love that.
makes sense. You just have to apply it and do it. But there's plenty of weeks where I don't want to work out, and there's plenty of days where I don't want to work out, and you just do it. Because it's easy.
Oh, yeah.
Discipline. Yeah. Discipline. All right, so first question. What exercises can be done with the barbell?
What exercises can be done with the barbell? Talk nice and loud so everybody can hear us on Instagram.
So they're not going to be able to hear us because that phone's pretty far away. If they want to hear us, they can go on YouTube or Spotify because we're live on there. Not live, but we're on there. All right, so there's plenty of exercises you can do with a barbell. There's almost all exercises you can do with a barbell. The limit is there is pretty much no limit. You can do deadlifts, squats, hack deadlifts, rows, curls, overhead presses. You pretty much don't need any other piece of equipment. If, say, you're limited on equipment, the best piece of equipment I would say is get a barbell for your house and get some weights. Mm-hmm. The only problem with the barbell is you need weights to go along with it. Yeah. 45 pounds can work, but it's not going to work forever. So you definitely need some weights. But it can be used for so many different things. Multiple versions of exercises. The list is pretty much endless. Thoughts? What do you guys think?
Barbell exercises. So this is what we're talking about, barbell exercises, guys. So barbell exercises, I love the barbell Romanian deadlift. That's one of my favorites. The conventional deadlift with the barbell. I like to do a lot of stuff with the barbell, the Arnold hand grip row. But, I think men like to use the barbell a lot for a lot of chest work. I don't tend to actually use the barbell with a lot of chest work with women. I have a lot of women that come in here and don't want to lose a lot of their body fat in their breasts when they come in here. And definitely you will, right? But doing more targeted exercises like that will, deplete more body fat in those chest area. So I try not to put a lot of women on that. But
what do you think, Allie?
Barbell exercises, those are my favorite.
What's your favorite? We'll say your favorite barbell exercise.
I think squats are probably the best barbell exercise.
What you just hit?
Yeah.
315 for I don't know how many, but you said
that's right. Ollie just hit 315 right before the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Can't even speak this morning.
315, 5 reps. Felt pretty easy. I felt like I could have got 10.
I think it's the best version of a squat would be the barbell squat. It's the most easily to overload. It's hard to overload a goblet squat. It's only really on how much.
But let's be honest, it is really hard to put somebody on a free barbell. For one, if they're older. For two, if they have really bad knees, right? So this is all injury based, right? And also age based too. Some people just don't feel comfortable. They're a little more klutzy. Also, I have a lot of people who have that hump around their neck, right? And have a lot of postural correction issues that they have maybe their whole life. And so it's really uncomfortable for them to bring their arms back, and they don't have that flexibility. And so it's not always something I like to use with a lot of people unless they are comfortable and are a little more advanced.
That's a big one. I've had clients that have been 5 feet tall, and when they get on that barbell, their mobility is so limited that they're splaying their arms out wider than the rack, and so it's a concern that if they go to rack it, they're gonna pinch their fingers between the actual rack and the barbell. Yeah. Because mobility is just so limited.
Yeah, shoulder mobility is needed for barbell squats especially. So I can agree with that. It's not for everyone. I think you can work around it and make it work. But
I think a great way to get them comfortable with it, if you have somebody like I'm using this example because with my client that did have that more hunch on her neck, it was so uncomfortable. It actually pinched a nerve when she grabbed too tight. And again, like I said, you don't want them to grab too far out because now the barbell is unstable, and God forbid you put more weight on it, they're toppled over.
All right, we're off the barbells.
Off the barbells onto something new.
Question. Are rest days needed or are they important?
Yes!
And this is a two-part question. Can you work out every day or say like consecutive day after day? Because we do get asked this all the time. Like, hey, can I work out 2 days in a row?
Great question, guys.
Absolutely, you can. Yes.
Absolutely, you can work out 2 days in a row.
Athletes work out all week long. And they have their recovery days, but they're pushing their bodies every day.
But here's where I'm going to get you. Now, what do you say to a client who's like, well, I'm not an athlete?
It doesn't matter. You're a human being. You're designed to work, basically, and develop, your body. Like, it's not like we were meant for that, but, we can push it to that limit, and most people can make a change. It's all in your head.
Yeah, it is very mindset-based.
You'll have physical limitations.
But with that being said, I think that people who are really, really deconditioned, the biggest thing they have a difficulty with doing back-to-back workouts is the soreness. They're not used to that soreness feeling, and so it's really, really uncomfortable for them. But as far as rest days go, I think when you're younger, you're like that 19 to maybe 24, 25, you could definitely hit 7 days a week. And I'm not going to say that it's wrong because I think there's so much conflicting research out there now that I think now as you get older, rest days are necessary for sure for me.
You definitely need to recover.
Yeah, I need to recover. But when I was younger, I could go 7 days.
Heavy weights.
And that seventh workout would be more of a lighter workout, right?
But as a beginner starting out, it is a question. I can't work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yes, you can. You just have to get over your soreness and get over being lazy. Yeah. It's going to be a change on your body. It's going to be a stress on your body, but that's what we want, and that's how you change is putting stress on the body.
And even analyzing this from a scientific perspective, a lot of the theories around, exercise and, specific regimens of exercise and rest days and whatnot is all still theoretical. There aren't really, I don't think there are any laws or scientific laws that have been put in place whenever it comes to exercise because there are so many individual variables that are immeasurable with a lot of these different studies and case studies that they do promote. That a lot of this you're going to have to, assess and evaluate from a more holistic perspective and a more individualistic perspective because your body is going to respond differently. Your goals are going to be different. Your day-to-day is going to be different. You're going to have to assess and analyze exactly what's going to be the best routine for you. Some people may find that training 7 days a week is awesome for them, but on that seventh day, they're training really, really accessory level muscle groups maybe forearms, calves, tibioflexion,
that seventh
joint
workout's
mobility.
a hike, right? And that's why I said that 7th day workout might be more of a light activity workout for them compared to their other workouts. But I think it's just funny the saying because it really does go hand in hand with this. It's kind of my body, my choice, right? You have to feel it out. Your body, your choice, right? That we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
Do it.
So with that being said, it's kind of your body, your choice. You figure out what's best for you because there are external factors that come every single day when it comes to your body and your mechanics and how you're feeling, right? Next question.
All right, next question. Let's just pick one. I have plenty. All right, so should I be sore after every workout? This is another question where people are like, I'm not sore or I'm too sore.
No.
So the answer would be, you don't have to be sore after every single workout.
No.
And not every workout has to be super balls to the wall intense. And that's where I think people kind of get this weird idea of every workout you should look like Arnold screaming and fucking raging, which is cool. I like to do that almost all my workouts, but I can't do it every workout. If I did, I'd be probably dead.
Now, every workout you should bring 100% effort. No doubt about that, right?
Yeah.
But just because you're not sore doesn't mean that you didn't have a good workout.
Sure.
And I think, like you said, clients will get, confused because that very first workout they come in, they're they're sore for 7 days because they're so
Super
deconditioned,
sore,
depending on how long you've been without physical activity, right? But that doesn't mean that, week 3, as you progress, right, you're not as sore as you were week 1, that it's a shitty workout. And I think that's where people get confused and why that question is heavily asked.
Yeah, and these are all, of course, dependent on what your goals are. If you've reached a level of maintenance level functionality that you're just trying to maintain, of
Again,
course.
your body, your choice.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be feeling sore every day
Yeah.
because you're falling into a routine that allows you to effectively carry out the tasks of your day.
And your body adapts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your body adapts.
Your body adapts to everything. So, like,
Becomes
say
tolerant to
I
everything.
do a week worth of badass workouts. I'm super sore the entire week. If I do the same exact workouts the following
Yeah.
week, same weights,
Not gonna hit right.
I'm
LB.
not going to be as sore, right? My body's going to adapt, it's going to adjust, and we're going to carry on. So you do
Yeah.
have to switch up your routine. If you're not
Switching
getting
up your
sore,
routine is vital.
now if you're not getting sore for like months at a time, you might want
Yeah.
to readjust your
Yeah,
workout routine.
months at a time, abnormal.
Try a little harder,
Yeah.
add a little more weight when you can. But I think majority-wise, like you don't have to be sore every second of the day.
You
But there's
remember-
been months where I've been sore for an entire month.
You remember that?
Same.
We went through a period of time when we were like working out a lot together,
Yeah.
where we were trying for like I think every couple of weeks, like every 2 weeks maybe, there would be a week where we would try everything possible to
Yeah.
feel sore
Yeah.
the next day, and it was just impossible.
Super heavy
Yeah.
lunges,
Yeah.
deadlifts, and it was just like you could push it, and your body just it wouldn't even get sore. You'd be like, man, I murdered it yesterday, but I'm not sore.
Yeah.
And then you get in your own head, you're like, was that workout even hard? And then, yes, it fucking was. Your body just was ready for it.
All right, next question. I'm bored with this one. On to the
All right, next
one.
question. A really commonly asked question from women specifically. If I use weights, will I bulk up and look naked?
No lies. If you use weights, you will not bulk up. It takes a long time. Wait, I'm gonna get the models. We need to see. We need to see this
Oh,
visually.
Jesus. So I think women are always like worried about getting bulky. And I always like to say, like, if you want, like, if you're worried about looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, it will never happen.
All right, let's stop for
You
1
can
second.
try as hard as you can. I'm explaining
1
something.
pound
You
of
gotta get them
muscle.
steroids.
1 pound of
Look at
fat.
this. This is what women do. They interrupt you. Literally speaking, and she comes in because the camera's on, and she's like fucking doing her thing, running her mouth. Anyway, if you want to look like Arnold, or you don't want to look like Arnold, like I said, good luck trying to get there because it's almost impossible to get to that point
Yeah.
without like enhancements and
Yeah.
really lifting weights.
Yeah.
If you're
Yes.
only lifting 8-pound weights, girl, you ain't gonna look bulky like a fucking bodybuilder.
Yeah.
What was he lifting? Like 4 hours, 6 hours a day?
Every day, twice a day, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And steroids.
So this is so funny because
Sorry,
all the
Arnold.
clients,
We know you're on them.
a lot of clients will come in here and they'll be like, "Well, I know muscle weighs more than fat." Lies. It
Yeah.
does not. 1 pound of muscle, 1 pound of fat. Well, it looks bigger to you, right?
Now, does
so
it take more space? Yes.
Yes.
Does it weigh more?
No.
A pound of feathers and a pound of bricks weighs the same, right?
Right.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Same analogy, right? So, long story short, women lift weights. It will not get you bulky. It'll get you toned and
Yeah.
looking good, and it's a really good way to lose weight as well.
And
now,
even if
where I think it gets confusing is if women eat a ton of food,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let's add that in there, and then start drinking a bunch of whey protein shakes because they Googled it and thought it was good information and pertained to them. Then sure, you might look a little bulky or like thicker, right? Like more swole fat, right? But that doesn't mean
Well-
you're getting bulky from lifting weights, right? So big difference. Okay, what were you saying, Ollie?
Yeah, I'll
even
add
if
some.
you did get a little bulky, I mean, it is so fucking easy to lose gains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
maybe
You know
another
how
question.
long it's taken me to get
How
my butt to this
long?
point? Forever.
Yeah, how long does it take to make gains? And that's what people always come in and ask. That's
Yeah.
another question is this going to take forever? Yes, it's going to take fucking forever. If you're natural and you're doing things the right way, it will take a long time.
Yeah.
It took a long time for you to put the weight on, I would assume.
Yeah.
30 pounds does not come on in a month. And if it does,
You
you might
got
want to go
issues.
and
Yeah.
see that lab coat doctor
Yeah.
because you fucking up badly.
And according to like some recent studies, it takes about 2 weeks for you to lose your cardiovascular endurance.
2 weeks
and it
to lose
takes
cardiovascular
3
endurance.
weeks for a noticeable difference in muscle density or muscle mass
Yeah.
to occur.
Yeah.
So
Which is not that long.
no.
That's quick. And if you ever, an experienced lifter, I've been lifting for over 16 years. If I take a week off, which I really don't ever do, I think I've done it like once in the past forever. I felt so weak after 7 days, 1 week.
Yeah, oh
I
my
felt
God.
weak.
you deflate.
Coming back.
Yeah, the pump is
after-
gone, Brody.
Right. Coming back after that augmentation. So, ladies, if you get an augmentation, I felt super weak. Even like pull-ups are now still being done with bands. Super annoying because I was doing like weighted pull-ups with a 25-pound weights attached to me. So yeah. I lost a lot of gains and my legs remained strong, but obviously my chest muscles were ripped. But so
Only
it's taken a
biceps.
while, to get the gains
Yeah,
back.
gains take forever, especially if you're natural. I always try to tell men, like, dude, you're not going to hit, like, your strength gains will go up quick.
Yeah.
Okay, but your actual like physique will not change right away. Like you're gonna get stronger before you get bigger, most likely.
Yeah.
Because you do have to hit those weights to get that mass.
Let's
on.
add this in there because I think this is also really pertainable to what we're talking about. So men who have really stretched their bodies out and who have now, I hate to use this word, is it's not because a lot of people refer to them as man boobs, but when your chest has kind of like expanded and we've lost volume in it, right? Right. So that takes a while to shape back, right? So for when you're working with someone like Alejandro, Phil, Justin, it takes a while from somebody to help you reform that chesticle.
Yeah, and you didn't get those titties overnight.
Yeah.
We know this. It took a long time to develop those tits. You want to shut that alarm off? Is that yours? Oh, that's Jake's.
Oh.
All right, never mind. You probably can't hear it anyway.
New question.
New question. All right, so this kind of goes into, you said something about protein. A lot of questions are, how much protein do I get a day, right? Simple question. What's your answer? Because it does vary, right?
It does vary. Yeah, it does pertain.
But it is a common question that everybody asks. How much protein should I get? Should I drink 18 shakes a day?
All of it.
I don't want to answer that question because I really don't feel comfortable answering it with the fact that it really is different to every individual and sometimes different based on what type of diet you are on, right? With the vegetarian diet versus a regular diet, right? Whether you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to gain weight. So it's got a lot of answers to it, and we'll spend forever on it.
One word of advice I would say is don't only get your protein through a powder. And I just told a client this the other day. He's like, I drink blah, blah, blah. And I was like, is that the only protein you're intaking at this time? Yes. And I said, no.
Even if you're vegetarian, you can get protein in many other different, options, right? So, no, you should not only be getting your protein through protein shakes. It's not sustainable. It doesn't keep us full. And I do believe that you get a lot greater lean muscle if you're trying to look for a lean physique or even more mass muscle with actual real natural protein. Now, sometimes people do need mass gainer. That's why I said this question goes, we could talk about it forever as a nutritionist, but sometimes people do need that extra push. Like my younger twin brothers, they're 23, they're trying to put mass on.
That camera as well.
They're not just trying to put mass on, and it's taking them forever, so they're also taking mass gainer as well, and sometimes that's needed when you're really skinny. So that question is really heavy, but that's my answer to that.
What about, here's another question, weight loss. Why is it some people lose weight faster than others? And mostly we see this with couples that come in, male, female. Male usually loses faster. Female struggles, gets angry. He's losing a lot faster than I am, and I don't know fucking why.
So
why, Abby? Why?
There's a lot of external factors to this one too. So this one's a little hard to answer as well, because several things. So men have a lot of testosterone than we do, right? So that helps their metabolism kick up higher than ours do. But does that mean that that's the full reason why they're losing the weight faster than we are? No. A lot of the times people don't want to come in here and being completely honest, and that's really the real truth, right? So they'll tell me, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, and then I do a personal inventory with them and do a discovery questionnaire with them, and I'm finding out right away what it is. So, I think with couples, we influence each other, and we don't realize that. You become one. And we've talked about this before. If Justin goes up to get a slice of apple pie, now Abby wants a slice of apple pie, and Abby's the nutritionist and the expert. I'm just a human. I have temptations as well.
Ollie, any thoughts?
You just cut me off as I'm speaking, answering the question.
We have questions to answer, and you answer too much in depth, too fast.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Ollie,
got so many answers to it.
Why does someone lose faster than the other? What's your answer?
I mean, from a guy's perspective, they likely just have like higher levels of testosterone, as well as, they have fucking more to support, especially from a muscular standpoint. Cool. Typically, men have more muscle, and muscle burns more calories, as we know. Yeah. So, it's just a biological advantage, I guess, from
But
weight
there's
loss.
a lot of different things. If you're not drinking enough water helps aid in digestion, weight loss, toxins, fat cells, bloat. A lot of people, and this is why I said this question is, I really have to sit down with the individual to figure out what it is. Some women, yes, let me answer this quickly. Some women do carry more bloat. Some women are constipated, and this is a really odd question I have to ask a lot of clients when they come in the store. When they come in the gym. Menstrual cycles, right? And so they'll be up on their cycles. But there are so many people, men and women included, that come in here and don't even have a regular bowel movement every single day, right? Yeah. And when you don't go to the bathroom and you don't use number 2 every single day, you can be up a matter of 5 pounds or even 7, depending on how much you have in there. Some people say that, never been regular their whole life.
I've heard like 4 days.
If I go
4 days, 5 days. I've heard 2 weeks. I mean, you are probably holding 10 pounds worth of
I go longer than, which I don't think I ever have. I don't think there's been a day of my life that I haven't taken a shit.
Yeah.
So here's
I think that's normal. I'm pretty in shape.
All right, guys. For anybody listening, free piece of advice. This is on the internet, but right, a lot of people don't look into it, so you might not know. Digestive enzyme, super simple supplement holistically to add to your diet to help you break down your food before.
Probiotics,
Don't quote me on this. It's either before or after the meal. I think you can do either 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after the meal. And pre and probiotics. And that usually is a good way to start getting the digestive tract to move, right? But that's why I said it's another loaded question, because some people come in here and there's so many different other reasons why the weight's not moving. Right, but a lot of the time.
All right, new question.
Here we go.
What is the best time of the day to work out? Another question.
Another loaded question.
Get asked, and they may not have a right answer, right?
Yeah, like I don't think this one has a particular right answer.
I think the best time to work out during the day is when you have the time, and it's not making an excuse saying you don't have the time, because everybody has 24 hours.
I think the best time
you
is
make it
right after you paint that porcelain.
Nice.
Flush it away.
There you go.
Best time of day. Empty.
You must take a shit before you work out, according to Alejandro. Because you don't want to shit your pants during, I'll tell you that much.
It's so much better.
Which I don't think I have any stories of shitting pants during a workout, personally. But I'm sure there are some out there. And if you have one, share it with us. Maybe write it in the comments below.
It's funny.
I don't think anyone's going to write in the comments below, hello,
you never know.
I sharted my pants during workout.
Maybe they will.
It's a great story.
You know, actually,
what a story.
It's pretty common in, like, fighting. Not shitting your pants. Not shitting your pants, but, like, feeling like you're about to shit your pants.
Why?
You get kicked or punched or kneed.
Oh, that's true. That makes sense.
So hard, it's just like, I feel like I'm a shit, and then, like, you gotta take a little break.
Oh, my God. All right, new question. I'm already over that one.
All right, how long should a workout be? That's also kind of a loaded question.
A loaded question, but it typically should be an hour, right? Now, so here's the thing. When you're young, you can get that heart rate up, your heart rate in the target heart rate zone within the first 30 minutes because your metabolism's still fast. But after you're about the age of 25 years old and older, that, gets harder to get the heart rate up. And so it takes 30 minutes just to get our heart rate up, and we need another 30 minutes before we're in that target heart rate zone as an older person.
Any thoughts?
About, like, length of workouts?
Yeah. So I say an hour.
It's fully dependent.
But it is fully dependent. I agree.
For your average Joe?
No, we'll say how long is your Muay Thai workout compared to your weightlifting workouts?
That's a great question.
Minimum
hour
different
30.
Workouts. Yeah,
hour 30.
On both, or the Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai is minimum hour 30.
Hour 30.
It's like, I'd say it's probably 50% hour 30 minutes, and then like 50% 2-hour workouts.
Okay.
And then, I'll throw in the odd 3-hour workout. But for like weightlifting, I tend to keep it more like towards an hour. I'll do like a full blast. If I'm going like, past an hour in a weightlifting session, I'm probably getting more into like joint health and shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like so about an hour on average for the weightlifting, and then like at least an hour and a half for Muay Thai, because I'm assuming you guys have to warm up pretty extensively.
Yeah.
So also with the gym, warming up is good. And that's one of the other questions I'll kind of lump in with this is, are warm-ups necessary? And I think the older you get, yes. And I even think as a young age, warming up is necessary. There was a lot of years where I didn't warm up, and I was getting hurt a lot those years, where I would just go in, 135 on the bar no matter what. That's my warm-up. And then I'm like right to 225.
Yeah.
Now I'll actually take a couple sets in between. And I never used to do that. Like I'll go and hit 185 on the bench for no damn reason to warm up, knowing I don't have to do it, but I should. So I have been doing it in my shoulders.
There's a big difference, because I don't want people who are hearing this be misled. There's a big difference between a client coming through our door and we have them starting right into the workout because they're not at the same level of intensity that we're at. We're talking about advanced lifters who are coming in here and, going into, like you said, 135 on the squat bar. That's not something I would typically give a client to walk into the door.
It's a warm-up for me.
Right. It's a warm-up for you. So it is dependent on the person. So I just want to be honest about that and transparent.
And I rarely will. I sometimes warm up with the bar, but it's too light. It almost is like hindering for me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, this is not even doing anything. I can't even, like, it's too fast. Yeah. You know what I mean? So warm-ups, I think, are important. Do not static stretch before lifting weights.
Yes, I have so many clients in here recently that are coming in and static stretching. No, new studies show that static stretching and holding a stretch, right, is going to cause injury. So to prevent injury, you can static stretch at the end of the workout, after you've worked out, but dynamic warm-ups before.
For warming up, we'll give you a warm-up right now. Super simple, super easy. You can do 10 reverse lunges each leg, 10 burpees, and like 20 push-ups. You do 3 rounds of that, and your
Great
body
warm-up.
should be fairly
body.
warm
Yeah.
to lift some sort of
Absolutely.
weight.
Unless you're a senior citizen.
Unless you're
Unless
a
you're a
senior.
senior citizen.
The burpees are probably out on
Good
that.
thinking,
But
Ollie.
like
My wrist.
we have
There you
we
go.
have ergs here, like a pull down erg. We have rowers. We
Right,
have
rowers work
a
too.
dead mill. So just move your body before you actually move
Get
the
some
weights.
blood flow.
Yeah, get some blood flow
To
and
the
get
muscles.
your mind right too.
Yeah.
The mind
maybe that's
right.
the next question: is what is your mindset like during a workout or before?
Also a loaded question. Depends on the day,
Definitely
doggy.
depends.
If I'm exhausted, I'm like,
They're good
come
questions,
on,
though.
quit being a bitch. Let's go. I'd have to really like talk myself
See?
up,
Yeah.
right?
That's a tip.
But-
when you're exhausted, you tell yourself, get the fuck up, bitch, and go hit your workout.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're not exhausted, you're really hype, awake, excited. What is the mood compared to that?
I'm probably putting on a song that I really feel myself with, and I'm probably, I will say this: when I'm wearing a really cute gym outfit as
Ooh.
a woman,
Yeah.
Cute gym fits.
and I feel really good in the outfit, and the lighting's right, and the pre-workouts hit. It's just like
Makes
all
sense.
the things have to be. It's just like intimacy in the gym here.
Yeah.
All the things have to line up, right? And then I'm having be intimate with myself, doggy, at the gym. But so I can't. Nobody sees
Wow.
all 100 right now.
Oh,
but
they do. They see
um,
them. They got them on camera.
but anyway,
right
so, but they can't see them on Instagram. But with that being said, it depends on the mood. If I'm really tired, I'm really having to push myself hard. I'm
Yeah.
having a negative self-talk. I might have to think about a really horrible experience in my life and go back to that and compare it in my head and go, am I in that place? No.
Yeah.
All right. So then what the fuck are you doing right now? You could be in that place if you
How
let
about
yourself
you,
slip.
Ali? What is your mindset when you walk into we'll say a fight training
Oh,
session?
yeah. Fight training session. Where's the mindset at, doggy?
Training. So fight training, it's typically I fall into a pretty good routine. If I'm on my way to fight training, I'll put on like different let's say, what are they called? Like conferences with
Okay.
different fighters. I'll put it on like the radio or on.
So
my
you're
car
listening to
stereo.
fight talk.
I'm listening to
Fight
fight
talk.
talk. I'm listening
Yeah.
to announcers like talking about different fights, all sorts of stuff right before.
It's not just like, let's get ready to rumble all the way to the gym.
Yeah.
It's like talking about
So
fighting.
Yeah,
I
learning
think
skills,
now
techniques.
that I've learned of my
exactly.
heritage and
Makes
I
sense.
found out that I'm a Viking, maybe I might try some Viking music
Ooh.
before
that'd
the
be good.
workout.
The who, the
Yeah.
huh,
Well, we actually did a podcast
See-
about, it was probably over a year ago now, on music in the gym
Yeah.
HU.
and how it affects your workouts. And there was big studies on it. And anything up pace would affect it in a positive way. Not much, but anything slow and depressing would dramatically affect your workout
Oh, yeah.
to make it way worse.
Oh, big
So,
time.
like, if you're going to listen to music, make sure it's upbeat during your workout. And if you're not, if you don't want to listen to music, it's not really going to make a huge difference. But I do find that it helps amp me up for sure. If I'm about to hit like a heavy PR or something, I'm throwing
All right,
on
new question.
People
I
Equal
just saw
Shit,
Joey walk the door,
Slipknot.
so probably got about 1 or 2
Joey's here.
questions left.
Joey's here.
And he's 10 minutes
Joey's
early.
here.
He's early, bro. He's
That's
never
fine.
early.
It's
Joey.
early.
Joey's
All right,
never early.
We got
All
time
right.
for a few more questions,
Yeah, we got
but we'll
time.
move on now.
All right. So we just did. All right. Oh, should you have cheat days? Which is all fucking clients ask this bullshit. Listen, if you come into my gym, you should not have a cheat day in your first 3 months.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Okay, so here's the
You're
psychology
here for
on
a
this.
fucking reason.
That's very
Why should you earn a reward when you've been giving yourself rewards for nothing you've earned up until now? That's why you're walking through our door.
Yeah.
So
And you're
whenever I use
already
that-
asking to cheat.
Right. When I use that mindset, it really helps them, right? So I would say to them,
Already
you know,
asking to fucking cheat.
if you're trying to get a promotion at work, would you do the exact opposite things to get the promotion? And they look at me and they're like, no. And I'm like, so then why would you do that here? And it's also your investment. So who's going to be upset at the end of this contract when you don't get the results? You. But you're going to have nobody else to blame but you. Right? So we can't follow you home. That's the unfortunate part, right? There's no holograms of Abby and Justin and Ollie and Phil yet that can follow you home. Yet. There might be in the future.
AI technology.
Be stalking you through the bushes.
no,
ninja outfits.
no, definitely weird as fuck.
Ooh, the
Following
Ginger
you
Ninja.
home.
We got a new
Ginger
name, the Ginger
Ninja.
Ninja.
I like
There
it.
he is.
But anyways, with that being said, I think that you need to really retrain your mindset because just as it takes 90 days to build a pattern or a behavior modification with anything, so does it with food. It's
This
not
goes
different.
for most clients that come here. Now, when we're talking like me, yes, I fucking cheat. Of course I do. I work fucking hard.
Give them the IKEA
And when I
comparison.
want to eat something, I do.
Yeah.
Right? But when it comes to dieting, this is a good piece of advice that I just
Yeah.
gave a client. If I were to sell you an IKEA desk and it has 100 screws, yet you use 80 to put it together, is it going to stay together and be a solid desk?
No.
Fuck no. It's a piece of shit already.
I like that. Solid.
So you're missing pieces because you just decided, I don't need all those screws, right? So same thing with the diet. I don't need that apple in the morning. I don't need that extra fucking snack. You do. It's a plan. Follow it. And if you follow the directions, it fucking works.
Yeah.
And for numbers
It's
reference,
that simple.
even though like this may not be applicable to all people, numbers don't work for a lot of people. For those of you that numbers do work for, you're probably only in a caloric deficit of like 300 to 500 per day.
It depends on the client, but
Like average.
sometimes I would say it depends on how much weight you're trying to lose,
Yeah.
right? But I would say 300 is a more conservative deficit.
Okay, so if you're in a conservative deficit of like 300,
200 to 300 calorie
and
deficit's
then-
conservative.
Yeah, and that's per day. Let's say it's 300, 7 days a week. That's 2,100 calories. 2,100 calories is 2 meals. You have an entire cheat day. You're probably going to throw yourself back 2 to 3 weeks.
That's a great way to look at too, And
Yeah.
when you hear it like that, it really helps you to put your mindset in the place where you need to be to not have those 2 cheat meals versus the 1, right? So people don't even think about that. But another thing is, I guarantee you, if you put that cheat day into MyFitnessPal and you see the calories, you're not going to want to do it. Because another question I get all the time is, what about juicing? Okay, how about you put all the ingredients from the juicing right into MyFitnessPal and then tell me what you think? And tell me where the sugars are at. Tell me where the carbs are at, right? So that's where you need to start doing, is that if you want to know whether or not you should have it, you should type it in and look at the numbers and then go for it, right? Typically, when you make a purchase, you look at the numbers, right? So the same thing. Eating food is a transaction. It's a purchase, right? You have to purchase the food to eat it. So maybe put it in the MyFitnessPal and look at it like that. It needs to be more of a business transaction in the sense, right? Food should be used as fuel. And I think that the biggest thing that's toxicity within this, question, this loaded question we're talking about, is the fact that people don't use food as fuel. People use food as comfort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling down, I want a brownie. You know what I'm
Shut
saying?
up.
It makes me feel good.
Fuck up
or
and
some
do
Reese's
100
or something.
push-ups.
Yeah,
At the end
or
of the
earn
day-
fucking food.
I bet
you
you'll
know?
feel way better. Don't even earn the food.
Don't
Just
even earn the
can't.
food. Yeah, I like that.
There's no way to outrun a bad diet. It's
No.
impossible.
And here's the thing. Ollie's right. At the end of the day, that brownie is only going to make you feel better for like literally 5 minutes. And then you're going to have a dopamine crash
So good, then.
and you're going to need another hit. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to Instagram. You're going to scroll. You're going to compare. Now
Yeah.
you're going to feel sad. Now you're going to get envy. Like, I mean, it's sickening. It's a toxical cycle that never ends of these dopamine hits, rather than trying to find long-term dopamine hits that work and keep you healthy, like 20 push-ups.
And speaking on the dopamine hits, the anticipation of the actual event occurring is when the peak dopamine levels are actually reached.
Right, so when you know the
it's
food's almost ready.
Before you're going to eat it,
Yeah.
that's when it's peak dopamine.
You're not even
As
do-
soon as you begin
Yeah.
eating it, dopamine starts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
make it, don't eat it, literally kick that bitch out the fucking window.
Nice.
And then
Dope.
see how happy you feel then
Love
instead
it.
of eating it. Like,
Yeah.
make yourself a fucking brownie, look at it, and then smash that bitch.
Yeah.
Throw it out the window.
It's just a big
get
lump
rid
of
it.
chocolate too. Like it
Yeah.
kind of looks.
And you'll
well,
feel
Or-
so much better
delicious,
for
but
throwing it out.
You could take a jar of mayo, open up the jar of mayo,
that's
look at a big tub of lard, and go, "Wow, this is exactly what I'm about to eat." Because essentially, it is.
Yeah.
It's filled with fat. It's filled with sugar. It's
I
filled with
think-
empty
I don't
calories.
know. My problem is like I try to eat before I'm done eating.
That's what I got.
You got 3 minutes, Ali.
Okay.
So, let's say for instance, I have a bag of Reese's. I just bought them, the egg version, delicious, right?
Justin's
Literally,
temptation.
I'll grab like 3 out of the big bag. I have them. I'll walk away as I'm opening 1, 2. Already on the second one, I'm thinking about going back to the bag and getting more.
Yeah.
It's such an addiction.
Because, like he said, it's anticipation of the event of grabbing 3
Literally
more.
all I care about. But by the end of the bag, which I usually do, is eat the entire bag. I don't even want to eat them because they taste like
But
shit.
his
by the
first
end.
initial,
The first one, it's like God in your mouth.
yeah.
Second one's like, oh my God, this is Jesus. Third one starts to get a little worse. By the end, I'm like,
That's
this is the
Joseph.
devil. Literally, this is
Yeah.
the devil. This fucking, I don't even want to eat this. I feel sick.
You should name them. You should like progress to all of them. Name
All the
I
them.
names
just
of
ate
fucking
Jesus.
demons.
Joseph. Oh, here's
This is
Mary.
Lucifer.
Here we go.
Shit, I just got to Sodom and Gomorrah.
All right, so best piece of fitness advice to your clients, Ali.
Best piece of fitness
specifically.
advice to wrap it up.
General fitness advice.
General fitness
Just
advice.
like if you could just give a message
Yeah,
to
there
anybody.
is only one thing that provides you the most valuable resource, or provides you with the most valuable resource in our known fucking universe and existence, which is your time on this fucking planet.
Dope.
And
Dope.
that's gonna be your health and fitness. So take
Yeah.
care of it.
Awesome.
Like
Abby.
it. You go first.
Abby.
No, you go first because I had something very
All right,
similar to
so
Ollie's. I have to rethink
my
it.
biggest piece of advice for anybody out there trying to get a workout started: do not rely on a workout partner unless you hire a trainer. Like, don't get a friend to go to the gym with you and work this fucking program, bro, because they're going to fuck you over. They're going to mess up your times, and then you're going to get discouraged and not hit your own goals. Remember, these are your goals, not everybody else's, so don't rely on someone else for your workout. And I've seen it happen over and over again where people fucking rely on their partner, and then all of a sudden they fall off too because, oh, my buddy's not going with me anymore, so I don't go.
Yeah.
That's just, it's stupid.
I got my piece of advice.
Perfect.
Never take 2 rest days in a row because when you take 2 rest days in a row, you're more likely to not want to go back to the gym. So that's now 48 hours before you're heading back to the gym, right? So, and even I don't suggest for beginners to be working out Monday, take a break Tuesday, work out Wednesday, take a break Thursday. It's really important you work out, several days in a row so you know what that feels like, and you're less likely to stop the routine. So that's my fitness advice for people out there
That's a
listening.
wrap. Everything's
That's
on
a
the
wrap.
board.
Peace
Check
out,
it
guys.
out. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Goodbye.
Woo.
We'll see you next week. Deuces.